If you're planning on proposing to that special someone this holiday season, first off, congratulations. Secondly, we want to help you select the perfect engagement ring when popping the question. Concierge Diamonds has thousands of custom engagement rings made by private jeweler and diamond expert Dan Moran, who is also known as the Diamond Dealer. Hi, Dan. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
First off, why should someone consider using Concierge Diamonds for their engagement rings?
Well, the traditional model of buying an engagement ring involves going into a jewelry store. And when you walk into a jewelry store, there are a few things working against you from the minute you walk in. First of all, you'll notice it's beautiful with marble floors and chandeliers and fancy lights and all that good stuff. All that good stuff costs a lot of money. And ultimately, the person paying for all of that is you.
So what do you guys do?
So instead, what we do is we take a model where we strip all that away and just focus on what's important, which is to say, finding the perfect stone and creating the perfect ring for you. I'm not in the business of saying, hey, here's 100 rings or 500 rings or whatever it is, pick one. I'm in the business of learning about you, what the perfect ring is for you and for your special someone, and then I custom make each ring for that wearer.
I like that. We always hear about the 4 C's, how to pick the right diamond. What can you tell us? Give some tips.
Well, there's more than we can really get into in this short amount of time, but the primary drivers of a diamond's value are its carat weight, its color, its clarity, and its cut. And I think it's very, very important for people to know why a diamond costs what it costs, why it's worth what it's worth. So when I sit with my clients, I spend a lot of time educating them on each of the 4 C's, and then it becomes a process of tuning an equalizer. We say, oh, if we turn up on the carat weight, we have to turn down on the color, or whatever it happens to be, until we find that perfect balance for each person.
And you were saying right now is kind of that engagement season because people are shopping. You guys do custom rings, so it takes a little while to get it. What do people need to really be aware of when they're shopping?
Right. By far the most popular time for people to propose is at Christmas. So if you're looking to propose around Christmas time, now's the time to be shopping for a ring, because by the time we choose the right diamond for you and create that custom ring, it'll be pretty close to Christmas. So don't wait until the last minute. You'll have fewer options available to you, and you might not have the time it takes to make that perfect ring and have it in your pocket on Christmas Eve.
What about when it comes to that certificate you can get when you purchase a ring?
Absolutely. I think it's important that people have both a certificate for their stone that lays out the characteristics of that stone, as well as a full appraisal for their ring, so that they can get it insured, because these things are very valuable and it's important to have them insured. So of course I provide both of those things to my clients.
And you can buy rings. I mean, you can go to a store, you can go online, you can go through a custom jeweler like yourself. What do you see when people's considering all those different options?
Well, we've talked a little bit about jewelry stores and what the inherent disadvantages of them are. They have their place, and it's a convenient way to kind of shop for your options. It's also tempting to go to one of those big .com websites and just click and buy a diamond.
Right.
The problem there is it's a little bit like walking into Home Depot, and you know you're looking for some specific bolt, but there's 30,000 bolts on the shelf, and how are you going to find it?
Right.
And there's no one to help you. So I think it's important that you get expert help, because it's such an important purchase, and it's so much money, and there's so much invested in it. When you buy an engagement ring, everyone's going to have an opinion about it. Your girlfriend will have an opinion, her mother will have an opinion,
I'm sure.
Your mother will have an opinion.
Yes.
So you got to get it right. And working with an expert and learning about jewelry can really help take that anxiety out of buying a ring.
And you want to see the stone before you actually purchase it?
Super important.
Because it could be hazy, milky.
Right. You wouldn't buy a car without test driving it. You shouldn't buy a diamond without looking at it. Or if for whatever reason geographically it's impossible for you to do that, at least have an expert act as your proxy and look on your behalf.
And you are an expert. So right now is the time to start shopping, according to Dan, because Christmas season's coming up. If you're thinking of making that big proposal, how can guests get more information on some of these tips? And maybe they want to consult you and have that perfect ring made for them.
I'm happy to help. You can always go to our website, conciergediamonds.com. I'm very, very active on Reddit. My username is Diamond Dealer. You can find us on Instagram, Concierge Diamonds, or just pick up the phone and call.
Okay, sounds great. Dan, thank you so much for coming in. Lots of good information. I'm sure we could dive even deeper, but people will call you if they're interested.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And from Magical